Hi, Libra. Welcome to your May 2020 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, I'm actually going to be taking a bit of a break from those, but check out the community section of the channel for any updates there, or worst case, by the time I post the June videos, I have an update for you by then. As far as what we have in front of us, this is what I call the bridging the gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. These are your past energies, present energies, future energies. And when we get to those, we actually pull some oracle cards to gain some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And keep in mind, it is just a general spread as well. So while I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as their energy, if you feel like the energies are actually in reverse, then follow that. All right. So with that out of the way, past energy on your side, we have the Six of Cups and Grace. So this is actually the equivalent of the Star card in traditional tarot, and then Six of Cups is actually Scorpio energy. So for some of you, this can just say that maybe right as recently as that Scorpio full moon that we had not too long ago, you guys might have actually started to heal from a process. Maybe you started reminiscing about this person from your past. Because sometimes the Six of Cups can represent an actual reconciliation. But for some of you here, I feel like maybe the timing wasn't right just yet, because I feel like, with the Star card, usually that points to having come through a Tower moment recently, since the Tower card is the card right before that in the Major Arcana. And particularly here, it looks like someone who's in need of some healing, right? So this could just be saying that around the time of that Scorpio full moon, you guys might have been reminiscing about this person and maybe wanting to reach out. It is possible that that person is an Aquarius as well. Or maybe at the very least, you guys just did have some contact with each other recently. Maybe that helped with the healing process. That's another way it could play out as well. Past energy on their side, we have the wheel. So this is the equivalent to the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter. And this could just be saying that, maybe they actually did communicate with you, because Sagittarius energy is your third house of communication. But more importantly, what I feel like this is saying is that for them, their luck might have changed. So maybe they were going through a rough stretch as well. And now with the wheel showing up in the past position, it looks like things did improve for them in some area of life, maybe multiple areas of life, given that this is showing up in the upright position. Now, this can say if you guys maybe did have a falling out in a connection, it looks like this could be saying that they might have moved on to other options. In the present energy, on your side, we have the King of Staves. So this is actually Leo energy here. So this could just be saying that, you guys might have confidence now, again, especially if you were going through a healing process. And maybe now, due to that, you're actually going to be reaching out to this person. And if that's the case too, this might have taken you a while to get there too. And the reason I say that is what's standing out to me is those trees in the background. There's like no leaves on them at all, And if you think about Leo energy, usually that's, you think in the middle of summer where there's a lot more life in the environment, right? So this could just be saying that you guys might have gone through a long stretch where you might not have had your confidence, and maybe now it's coming back for you guys. Possibly even because you guys have Mars moving through your fifth house right now too, which is the house that Leo naturally rules, which is the house of romance and creativity. So maybe that's saying that having the Mars transit moving through Aquarius, and maybe that's even what that Aquarius energy here is pointing to as well, which is saying it, might have relit a fire under you guys, and now you actually feel confident and able to move toward this person. In the present position on their side, we have the Emperor, which is the Major Arcana card for Aries, and the Moon. So interesting energies here. I do have to say Aries represents your opposite sign. So, that could definitely point to the potential for a relationship there. So I could see this playing out a couple different ways. One way would be if you did come back around to them and you expressed that you wanted to maybe, either get back into if this was someone you were with in the past, or to at least get into a relationship with them. And on the surface, they might act, try to act cool, calm, and collected over the situation. But with the moon underneath it, to me, it says that, there is a little bit of confusion and doubt that they're not showing you around the situation. So I guess that would make sense. For example, so, maybe if you broken off the connection in the past and now you're coming back around, right? That could throw them for a loop naturally. Like, where's this coming from? So, they might try to act on the surface like everything's fine and try to play it cool, but this could just be saying that beneath it, they're really, it's really throwing them for a bit of a loop. Um, Another way this could be playing out, I'm trying to think. Trying to see if anything else comes to mind. I think that might be the primary thing there, which is to say that, on the surface, they're trying to give you that perspective like, oh, yeah, they're totally in control, but really, there's a lot of emotions underneath, and then, there could be a lack of clarity on their part, too. And I mean, I guess that could be what it is, too, which is to say that, deep down, they actually do have a lot more emotions toward the situation than they're showing. Future energy on your side, we have the Two of Staves. So, if nothing else, this could actually shift the situation a little bit. For one, this looks like the same person. If we look at what they're wearing and the hairstyle and whatnot. So, this could just saying, maybe this is saying in the present you're getting that confidence back, right? But now in the future, this actually represents you taking action. So this could just be saying that you might actually reach out to them if you guys live at a distance from each other. You might actually go to see them. I guess that would be a good sign because that means, things are starting to open up back here in the U.S. I don't know how it is where you guys live, but could be what that's pointing to there. And this is Aries energy as well. So this could just be saying that, you're actually going to make that move to start a relationship. And the future energy on their side is the Nine of Wands. So this is actually Sagittarius energy here. So could definitely be a Sagittarius that some of you may be dealing with. But again, I'm drawn to the fact that Sagittarius does represent your house of communication. And also there's the fact that, in June, there's going to be a full moon in Sagittarius. So maybe this is pointing to a timeline also because it'll be in the middle 10 degrees of Sagittarius, which is what this card represents. So this could just be saying that, maybe they'll still have their guard up a bit, but they'll be open to communicate in the near future. Because, again, since this is your house communication, I feel like there will be a discussion. And I mean, the artwork kind of speaks for itself in that regard, too. So, if they've had their guard up around you, it looks like you having a little bit more confidence and actually taking action toward this person can at least open up the lines of communication, if nothing else. All right. And bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Four of Coins. So this usually represents an energy of being closed off a bit emotionally. And this is Capricorn energy as well. And there's a lot of heavy energy going on there. Has been for quite some time. But currently, as far as these particular degrees of Capricorn goes, we have Pluto and Jupiter there. And that's your house of home and family. So this could just be saying that, maybe because you guys were stuck at home for a while, right? Quite literally, with the fourth house energy and the things that have been going on in the world. Maybe you guys have just really been thinking about them a lot. So maybe it's one of those things where maybe you might have even been pursuing career, and maybe that was what broke the two of you up in the past. And, now you're just sitting there with the money, right? But now you're actually thinking about this person quite a bit because we see that person in the background there, and it looks like they're not actually physically present in the room with the person. So, to me, this could just be saying that you've had this person on your mind a lot, and that could be what causes all of these things to set into motion. Bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Seven of Swords. So this is actually Aquarius energy here, which we were talking about Aquarius. But in traditional tarot, this card does point to deception. But here, in this particular deck, the way they explain this card is that it's really just a matter of two people having to get on the same page and having to be patient to do so. So this can just point to the energy that you guys might be up against, where, like I said, it's not clear exactly what happened between the two of you in the past. Could have just been a timing thing, as far as you might have been healing, or maybe even went back to a past person, and then that might have been what prevented this from getting off the ground with this person here in the past. But either way, it looks like this is saying that, you guys just might have to take a little time to get on the same page with each other. So that's what I see there. And next we'll move on to the Oracle cards. So first we'll see if we get anything from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck. For those of you who haven't watched this type of reading from me before, I actually do pre-shuffle the deck before we start recording. And then what I'm doing here is I'm just looking for jumpers. First I'll be looking for any unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I'd take that as a sign to keep moving to the next Oracle deck. So we'll see if we get anything. So first I'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them. Got one there. And then we'll see if we have any unspoken messages from them to you. Got one there. Okay. So we have I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. So yeah, I mean, I don't even necessarily see that there was anything shady going down necessarily in the past. It might have just been a timing thing. Like I said, he might have still been healing from another connection. But for some of you, it might have been that maybe, you did leave this person behind for an old lover that might have come back around, and then maybe that ended up breaking up for you guys. But yeah, that's what it says for your side. Let's see what we have on their side. Okay, it says you've been in my dreams. So interesting there. Definitely looks like there is some type of connection still, and that makes me think a little bit about the what I was saying with the moon card there, where they might try to make it seem like there's no emotion and maybe they're a bit detached and totally under control and they're over it, quote unquote, right? But with the moon there, it looks like there's definitely some emotion still there. So hopefully that resonated for you guys. And then moving on to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, same situation here. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, but here I'm only looking for one card and then we'll wrap up. Okay, nothing coming up yet, but I'll give it a few more shuffles. In worst case, we can just pull a random card for this deck, but I do prefer the jumpers if I could get them. Okay, so yeah, what I'll do is I'll just put the deck down, and I'll actually just pick a card out from here, so give me a second. Okay. Alright, we have flexible. There's the artwork, and the number is 19. Okay, it says teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. The oracle's message: a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure, like a building, would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now. Willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. So, interesting message there. Hopefully that resonated with you guys. And then the relationship message says, in every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in the reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of pattern is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made that choice. So definitely an interesting message there. And then with the overall theme with flexibility, maybe that's even just saying, because like I was saying there, it looks like they might be a bit closed off in the present, and then maybe if this is pointing to a timeline by the time of that Sagittarius full moon during Gemini season, maybe they'll be more open to actually talking with you about moving things forward. But yeah, with the I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you thing, could just be saying that you might have to be flexible in that regard and understand that, if you did do something in the past that might have been hurtful toward the connection, they might just, they might not welcome you back with open arms immediately, but we do have the "you've been in my dreams" there, so I feel like there is still some feelings, like we said with the moon card under the Emperor card, so just might take a little bit of time. All right, so hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. Bye.